Come on along, it's Sunday Flea Market number 3.
Okay, I'm going to start this week's flea market haul with some material items. At one vendor I found these really pretty pink crocheted doilies. And I think these will look really cute in my Vera Bradley Shabby Chic journals. And then at another vendor, I got this whole pile of wonderful vintage doilies. And you don't even have to tea dye them or coffee dye them because they're already yellowed. This is a large one in a triangle. And there are, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pure Irish linen doilies with crocheted edges. And I have a few of these, and I thought these are a great shape to put into a journal. They would look terrific on a page. Some more of those. And I love that they're old and stained and off color. Some more of those. And another one. And another rectangle with a different pattern. I think there's a few of those. And another one, 3 of those. And I thought this one was really pretty. Look at the edges on this one. And that look nice on a journal page. And a round one, large round one. And a smaller round one. And let's see, a square one. Nice square one. I like the edges on these. And let's see. This is a different one. Look at that, nice and stained. Don't have to do anything to them. Already vintage. And a rectangle one. And look at this tablecloth. Isn't this yummy? Look at the edges on this. And embroidery. So it's made up of like squares, and they all have these embroidery in them. And the corners are like triangles. Look at all that embroidery. I love the pink and the blue and the green. So I got this vintage embroidered laced crocheted tablecloth. And all of these really beautiful vintage doilies and Irish linen. This pack right here was $5. And then at another vendor I saw this dress. She said it's brand new, but for some reason I really like this material, and I usually don't go for red. But I was thinking about my Chinese glue book. And this is very silky. It's probably polyester, but it feels silky. And I just thought these colors would make awesome ruffles in my Chinese glue book. So I'm going to use it for that. Okay, my next batch is paper goods. From one vendor, I got these top value stamp books, and they got elephants on them. And I remember these from when I was a child. Mom would go grocery shopping, and for every $1 or 10 cent worth, whatever, of groceries you bought, you got a stamp. And then she'd bring the stamps home, and my brother and I would lick them and put them in the book. And then come Christmas time, we'd go through the catalog and pick out some toys. And Mom would pay for them with these stamp books. So some of these have the stamps in them, and some of them are blank. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of these. And I think they make great pages in a journal or for collage. Or just as a little page, right? So these are really fun. I got a bunch of these, I think, for a couple bucks. And then this whole lot I got together, this entire lot I got for, I think it was $20. But there's this old school book. And look at the pictures. This is from 1930. There's adorable pictures in it. Look at the boys in their sailor suits. Look at the little girls. Adorable, adorable. And then there's 3 verses, 3 books with verses in them. 2 of them have roses. This one's called Rose Leaves. And it's all like poetry and sayings and beautiful, beautiful pictures of roses. Roses, roses, roses. Gorgeous vintage paper and vintage rose images. And then this is a calendar, the Songs of the Roses from 1892. And this is, look, it's got the original tassel on there. More vintage roses, and there's a calendar page and more sayings on each page. And just gorgeous images. Look at these images. For people who like their vintage roses, right? And then this one is more religious. Maybe it's Easter. I don't know. It's got Easter lilies there. It says, "Lead kindly light." Well, maybe it's a song because there's a lady playing an organ there. And then it's got the Easter images of the Christ and the angels. Very nice. And then I got a stack of vintage cards, and I got a handful of these stereoscopic cards. So these are from the late 1800s, early 1900s. They're stereoscopic cards. You put them in the viewer, and when you look through the viewer, they look 3D. This is Washington City. I love this. This is going to go in my nature book. Ferns. There's information on the back, the photographer. Here's local views. Information on the back. And then there's a series issued by the Quaker Oats Company in 1906. And this is logging in the state of Washington. And the Grand Canyon, Arizona. And more of Washington City. And Niagara Falls. And Yosemite. And Natural Bridge, Virginia. So I think just these cards alone are probably worth the money that I paid for this whole stack of things. And then there's some gorgeous vintage cards and postcards. And some of them are marked, but I can't read the dates. Birthday wishes. And more birthday wishes. Look at this little thumbnail picture. And this is adorable. Look at this with the bouquet of roses. Happy birthday. And this looks like a sail from a boat. It has a gorgeous image with the moon and the birds. And it's embossed. And then there's a series of roses. And they all have dates on the back. This one's 1901. And Roses with Swallows. And this one is 1895. And this one is 1898. Roses with a Little Church, 1901. And this is Windsor Castle in England with a plane flying over. And I can't read the date. But this one is so fun. Look at this one. Oh, puppy's having a party. And this one was printed in Belgium. And this is a New Year's card. And look at the kitties. With love. And I can't read all these languages, but some look like Russian or Polish. Oh, it says right there, made in Germany. That might be German right there. But there's other languages also. And an Easter card, the sheep and the shepherd. And this is a vintage postcard. And here we go, seagulls and Oldfish Pier at Cape Cod. And this was never sent. But it looks like a colorized photo. And this looks like a colorized photo. Cape Cod. Cape Cod Canal, it says. And another colorized one from Fort Ticonderoga, New York. This is 1949, postmarked. And another colorized card from Cape Cod, 1947. And another colorized one from Cape Cod. Look at the windmill. 1947. Somebody did a lot of traveling after the war. And some stagecoaches here. This might be 1949 maybe. The end of the Santa Fe Trail before railroad days. And then there's this one you open up. And it folds out, and these are all colorized images of Cape Cod. I'm thinking they're from around the same time as the other postcards, so probably late 40s, mid to late 40s. A little map on there. And then there's this vintage one that's precious. It's got the original ribbons on it, but it looks like it's falling apart. And these are postcards with some information on the back. And these are from Cape Cod too. And it says, making the toilet. Making the cafe. Father comes home. And cakewalk. Oh, and here's some more colorized ones. This one is Grand Canyon, Arizona. Postmarked. Can't read it. Might be 1949. And this one is Cape Cod, cranberries. Not postmarked. So all of these vintage cards and stereoscope cards in the book and the verses, this was $20 altogether. Okay, I got one more thing. I got a whole roll of wallpaper for journaling. So hold on, I gotta go get it. Okay, it says samples $3, but you know, I paid $1 for this, all of this together. It's good to find people who just want to get rid of things. That's when you get your bargains. Well, first is newer samples here that I can use in collages. Look at that. Love the little flowers, the purple stripes, little hearts. Aw, these are sweet. I haven't even gone through these yet. And these kind of go together, right? Mix and match on a page. That might look nice in my Chinese glue book. Kind of like a yellow. Oh, it's for babies. Aw. And a gingham check. Good for farmhouse. And some nice brown stripes. This would go good with craft paper. Okay, that's one pack. And then we got these, I think these are all borders. I don't even know how to pull it apart. Okay, let me gotta unroll this somehow. Okay. First border. And these are tulips. So this would be awesome for a spring journal, and it's got little holes cut out in it. I like that. So we have tulips and some peonies maybe. Oh, look at this one. Oh, these are going to go into my farm journal for sure. Cows. And this one is tropical. And it says $650. $650. The Seychelles. So these are plants from the islands. And this is like a white picket fence in a house. Some pretty flowers. Oh, I like this one. This will go in a fall journal. All the different leaves. And this would look nice in a vintage journal. Look at this. Wouldn't that be pretty in a vintage? Cut that up, use that in a vintage. And this one. Also make a great vintage page. It's even got the little crackly finish on it. And some more, I don't know, these might be peonies. Oh, this is gorgeous. This is embossed and shiny. And pastel colors. So this would be good for spring. With the little weeds here. Some more flowers. And some swag. Look at this border here. Gorgeous. Cut this up. Use that in a journal for sure. And ivy. Some green ivy here. And this will go really nicely with those vintage ladies I got the other week. Perfect colors and pattern for vintage fashions, right? And some more of that swag. That would go to vintage too. And this is definitely vintage. And a beautiful fleur-de-lis. I like the colors on the background. Oops. These are kind of big. I'm just throwing them on the floor here. And for a spring journal, more tulips. And more flowers. And these look like lilacs. Perfect for vintage. All these wallpaper pieces are going to go great with those vintage fashion ladies I have. Basket of strawberries with little blue butterflies. Oh, this will look nice in the fall journal. Oh, look at this. I think somebody was using these for crafting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like they cut out the ivy leaves and then did some stenciling here. So somebody was actually doing crafting with these. Some more fleur-de-lis. Oh my gosh! Chickens! Chickens! Look at these chickens. Hey Linda, look at the chickens. And this is grapes. And more chickens. This looks sort of tropical. Might go good in the Chinese journal with these colors of red. Garden. I like how the edge is already cut. Oh, and it even has the Latin names. They look like shells, don't they? I got all this for $1. Berries, that would be fun for summer page. Some more of this vintage. Pomegranates and grapes and pears. I don't know how old this paper is, but that's okay. I'll be cutting it up. Oh, this looks like sky. I know it's probably hard to see in the camera, but it looks like clouds in a pale blue. And some leaf prints. Get to the end here. Some more decorative edges. Oh, look, somebody was painting on here. And one fell on the floor. So this is the last one. Ooh, this has got shiny on it. Now look at the edges, all cut out already. These borders are pretty. I'll be gluing these in my journal for sure. Okay, so that was quite a haul. I did spend just a little bit more than what I usually do, and that's because of this bundle here. But I thought it was worth it because I got all of these. I think there were like 36 items or something like that for $20. So I thought that was a good deal. And I love my doilies, vintage, and all this wallpaper is going to be so much fun. I have so much stuff to craft with now. It's supposed to rain this Sunday, so I don't know if there's going to be a flea market or not, but it's getting quite dangerous to go. Getting obsessed with finding all this beautiful material and doilies and vintage cards. But I'm going to share some of this with a giveaway. So this will be my giveaway number 2, a vintage giveaway. I'm going to go now and sort through this stuff and put together a nice package. So I'll be looking for giveaway number 2. It's vintage. So thanks for coming along today. Bye-bye now.